Inside Mo's kitchen, inside Mo's kitchen, where all things are light with Mo, the vegan oracle.
Welcome to the Vegan Oracle inside Mo's Kitchen. I am Mo Morgan, aka the Vegan Oracle, and today what we're talking about is I'm introducing myself. I'm going to be introducing my story through veganism. I'm going to be telling you guys what veganism means for me, what I feel like veganism means for Earth and its sustainability, and what I do as a vegan. And why I feel like I'm able to classify myself as a vegan. Because if you didn't know, there is a difference between a dietary vegan and a lifestyle vegan. So we're just going to be going over this stuff in like a very quick, personal way. I just kind of want you guys to get familiar with me, understand why I'm doing this, what this space means to me, what this space means for us, and how we can really move forward as one. So first, like I said, I'm Morgan. I came up with the Vegan Oracle off a whim. Honestly, the spirit came and spoke to me. I've always been very much into a prophetess. I've always really spoke things into the future, been able to really intertwine with that energy to really understand where I am in space and where I can go. So basically the possibilities, right? I'm able to really identify the possibilities. Sometimes I get caught up in them. Most times I try not to, but that's who I am. So who is Morgan the Vegan Oracle? So I started cooking when I was 5. My dad was very much into baking. My mom cooked. Both of my parents cooked, but my dad was very much a baker. And I've always had a sweet tooth. So the first thing that I can remember learning how to cook is cupcakes. He always used to make the cake batter, but he always made his icing by scratch, from scratch. So literally I can remember like climbing on top of the cabinets and like getting in trouble because I would leave like confectioner sugar everywhere and would like hurt myself trying to get open the condensed milk or evaporated milk, whichever one it was. So I've always loved sweets, and I've always loved to cook, to bake. Anything that has anything to do with food, like I'm there. And that's really for 2 reasons. One, for me, like food is art, it's creativity. Like all of these things here, I can intertwine them to create multiple infinite dishes. And I love that. I love the fact that I can take food and manipulate this flavor and this texture and this consistency and really merge them together to create something that's unique to me. And it doesn't matter what the recipe is, everybody is going to make it differently. And for me, that reflects life. That just reflects what it means to be a being on earth. And then another reason, the other second reason would be because I love to nurture people. For me, filling someone's belly is like filling someone's spirit. It really allows for me to give myself to someone in a form, in a way that allows them to really experience like me and who I am truly as an individual through my food. And I love that. I love being able to look at somebody and they are full. Like, oh my God. Mo, Morgan, Morg, mommy, baby, whoever I am to you, and you experience my food and you feel the love that I put into it, because there are no secret ingredients. I'm really learning that as a creator, there's nothing that you cannot share, because the secret ingredient is you. For anything, doesn't matter what you're creating, if you're creating art, if you're creating film, if you're creating food, if you're creating businesses, if you're creating writings, if you're creating buildings, whatever your creation is, know that the secret ingredient is you. And that is your gift to share, is the secret ingredient of you. So no matter what I tell you, know that the ingredient is love. And that love is my love for me to you. Okay? And that's really just like my spiel on why I really fell in love with cooking. Other than that, I really don't know. I remember like starting my first business in 5th grade with my bestie Mallory. We made M&M chocolates, and our moms went to like Hobby Lobby and Michael's and got all these chocolate molds and like all the like, you know, meltable chocolates, and we made all of them in like the different molds, and we sold them to our friends at school, and we won like the 5th grade business fair. because of it, and that stuck with me. And I think that's really where I got my entrepreneur spirit from, was that moment when I really decided, like, you know what, Mallory, we just won that business fair and we made aprons and we were serious about it. And even though it wasn't something that we continued, it was still an experience for me that really marked a mark in my brain. Like, you know what, that was a pivotal moment, a pinnacle for me in my life that I've carried with me in my spirit throughout my evolution up until this point. And then I really started taking culinary arts seriously when I attended RCA. And so what RCA is stands for Rockdale Career Academy. And Rockdale Career Academy is an amazing school in Rockdale County that really allows high school students from 9th to 12th grade to really get hands-on career experience. So you can take career pathways like fashion marketing, business marketing, nursing, early childhood, engineering, film and computer science, culinary arts, just every practical career you can really think of. You have the opportunity to explore it for up to 3 years. And so when you graduated with like a certificate in this career field. So I chose culinary arts and I chose early childhood. No coincidence. I love children, I love animals, and I absolutely adore loving food, which all leads for me to love earth. And that experience for me changed my life, because I was surrounded by like-minded individuals who were serious about culinary, and I had amazing teachers, chefs, Chef Goodman and Chef Harris. They were amazing. They took us and exposed us to all the food expositions that were taking place in Atlanta. They took us to farmers markets to see how things were processed and how things were grown. They took us to we went to Le Cordon Bleu, we went to DeKalb Tech, we went to Gwinnett Tech, and Johnson & Wells came to us. And Johnson & Wells came my junior year in high school, and I can't remember who the demo chef was that came around, but they just came around. They had this beautiful energy and they had amazing knives, and that really blew me away. But I remember going home to my mom and saying, you know what, Mom, I know what school I'm going to. Like, I know what school I'm going to, and you can't change my mind about it. Mommy's filming. Where's Terrence? Terrence!
I want to go.
Come on, you got. Mommy is filming. You can't come in here.
It's not my car.
They're in the house. Okay, so I remember telling my parents, like, this is the school that I'm going to, and you really can't change my mind about it. My mom was she's an alumni from BCC Bethune-Cookman College, which is now BCU, Bethune-Cookman University, and they had just really started their hospitality administration program. And she was like, you should go to my alumni. And I'm like, I'm not going to know nothing. I'm going to Johnson & Wells. So I got accepted into Johnson & Wells my junior year. I went through like every early, anything they had that I could get in the kitchen, I was there. And I was very serious about it and was in love with what I did. But when I was at school, I really started to realize, like, man, I love the kitchen, but this isn't it. Like this part of being in the kitchen is not for me. And I continued to push through, came home from school, worked in a bakery, and I was like, oh, this is not for me. It's not for me. And so I quit. And then I decided at that point that I realized that my love was really in hospitality. It was really in the entire industry of service that deals with interacting with people through food, through service, and through experiences. And so I went back to school. I went to Johnson & Wales. I went to Georgia State and got my BBA in hospitality administration. I really concentrated on finance and marketing. Worked for an amazing exposition company. They did festivals, trade shows, competitions, amazing, beautiful individuals. It was ran by two phenomenal, powerful women, and was so grateful for just them embracing me. And I also worked with, while I was in school, an amazing nonprofit in Sandy Springs that works with Hispanic children, and just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And they really cultivated that need for purpose in my work, that need for giving to others. I need that. Like, I need that. I need to be able to give to other people. And so I really embraced that. And so I started my own dessert catering business my junior, senior year in college, right before I had my son. And it was very successful, but really that wasn't enough. That still wasn't it, because at that time I had started my transition into vegetarian. I was vegetarian, and I wasn't happy with feeding people like fattening cakes and desserts and it just wasn't in alignment with me anymore, because I myself wasn't eating those things. I was eating fried Oreos and ice cream, but I wasn't eating the things that I was feeding other people. It was completely against the things that I was learning through my journey. And how I really started that journey into holistic wellness was the fact that I got a bad hairdo and my hair started falling out, and I was looking for ways to grow my hair back without taking pills, vitamins, and buying all the stuff that they had in Sally's. It had a bunch of crap. I didn't know what it was in it, and I'm like, there's got to be a different way. And so I started with essential oils, and I really started heavy, and I saw results. And I was like, there's something to this. And so then I started with my skin. I started using African soap and natural handmade soap and activated charcoal and all those things on my face, and scrubs and all of that mask 5 years ago, before the whole phase really got popping, before YouTube and stuff like that got popping with the YouTubers. I was already living that holistic wellness lifestyle. But I wasn't showing people. The only people that knew were my friends, and since then that life has evolved. And I really just feel like it's time for me to stand in what I do and stand in what I believe in. And now I'm a vegan, and that transition was such a beautiful thing, because when I was pregnant with my son, I was still eating chicken. I never have been a big red meat eater, but I was still eating chicken. And when I got pregnant with Aiden, it freaking disgusted me. The taste of it, I'm like, oh my God, this is flesh. This is flesh. I'm not eating this anymore. So then I started, when I was a pescatarian for a while, I think I ate so much salmon that I turned into a salmon. And I was like, I still don't feel right. This isn't it for me either. And I've always been in love with animals. I believe I can speak to them. And what really changed for me was you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm going vegetarian. So I went vegetarian. I was vegetarian for a year, but then my spirit was really you need to transition vegan. So I did it, and I did it without even knowing what veganism was. I didn't know my body. I didn't know how to communicate with my body. I didn't understand the symptoms that my body was trying to give me. So I didn't understand when I was vegan and I was only eating like a bird, why I was feeling so bad, why I was feeling so weak. So I just assumed that it was the diet, but it wasn't. It was the fact that I didn't have the background, the knowledge, or I didn't do the research, okay? I didn't take the time to do the inner research, to really experiment with my body and see, well, how do you feel when you drink this much water in the morning? How do you feel when you eat these vegetables instead of these French fries? How do you feel when, instead of doing frozen smoothies, frozen fruit that you buy out the package, if you just start eating fresh fruit? What do you feel if you would stop eating sugar? I didn't take the time to really understand my body, and that's what I'm such an advocate for now, is understanding your body, because your body is the system, okay? It's the system that pushes you forward, that gives you, your soul, your energy, your vibration, the ability to move about. Whatever your belief system is your body functions as a system, okay? And what I had to realize was that when no. Aiden, go find Terrence. So yeah, I had to learn and accept for myself that my body was an innate system. It was a piece of science that was able to communicate to me what it needed. So I really took out the time before I went vegan this time to really understand, okay, what does my body like? What doesn't my body like? And it's something that I'm still learning. I do it all the time. Like right now, I'm in the experiment. What does it feel like if you eliminated breads and really unhealthy carbs? I'm not eliminating carbs, I said unhealthy carbs. So stop eating so much rice and stop eating so much bread and sandwiches and really try to transition back into more whole grains like barley and quinoa and substituting carbohydrates for lentils and things of that nature. For me, I'm not saying that that's something that you should do. I think that like what worked the best for me in being able to do this transition was the fact that I just took the time to get to know myself. I really did. I really took the time to get to know, okay, what foods make you feel full? Okay, if that makes you feel full, if oatmeal makes you feel full in the morning, how can you create an oatmeal that is vegan, maybe even raw, that gives you that same feeling, that gives you that same amount of energy, that really fulfills that need for you in the morning? Because I need that feeling whole, sticking to me feeling in the morning to get me going. And I have accepted that about myself. And so it's like when we go into situations and things, you can't look at a dietary guideline and be like, okay, this is what I can eat, this is what I can't eat, this is what I can't eat. Because then you're gonna be unhappy. And that's when people are like, well, how do you survive being vegan? What do you eat? I eat what I love. And what I love is fresh fruits and fresh vegetables and healthy carbohydrates and healthy fats and nuts. And really enjoying the food that I consume and not feeling guilty about it, because that's what dietary lifestyle is doing something that feels good to you, eating foods that feels good to you, not eating something that makes you feel bad mentally, emotionally, logically, and physically, to where after you finish eating, you done put yourself in a damn food depression because you're so miserable about what you just ate. And I've been there, just because I've been there, I've really felt like, oh my gosh, why did I just eat that? Like last week I had 3 pints of ice cream and I used the new year as an excuse, and my body is beating me up. I'm guzzling water, trying to get my body in balance from this crazy sugar roller coaster that it's on. And it messes with your hormones. If you're a female, too much sugar messes with your vaginal odor. If my odor is off, which odor is normal, and discharge is normal, but if it's tinted or it's an odor, I'm instantly like, well, what am I eating? Am I drinking water? Am I eating sugar? Am I eating too many starches? What is my vagina trying to tell me? Just like my skin, people are like, I feel like even myself, when my skin is doing things, I'm like, okay, what's going on with my skin? Oh my God, I need to go put on a face mask. Oh my God, I need to do a scrub. Oh my God, and I'm going crazy. I got a pimple. My hair falling out. But then now I'm realizing, like, well, did you drink water today, Morgan? Did you eat? What did you eat last week? Did you eat a bunch of nothing? And did you get your greens in? Because for me, like, my body loves greens. So I make my own superfood mix, and I do like chlorella, spinrella, wheatgrass, spinach powder, broccoli root powder. I really just bring all of my greens in. I try to get algae powder, all of those things, and I just put them in my smoothie every morning, or I put them in my water. But I also try to get it from my food. I try to eat it as well, because my hair loves dark greens. It loves it. So yeah, you know, it's really just about knowing where your body is and like what veganism means for me. What veganism is an animal-free diet. So it's not any meats, it's not any poultry, it's not any dairy, and it's not any animal byproducts like gelatin. And gelatin is in your marshmallows. I learned that the hard way. Please make sure you get vegan marshmallows. And I think Dandies is the kind that we usually get when we get vegan marshmallows. It's really good. It doesn't really taste different. To me, it's a little bit sweeter. But I'm pretty sure it's just the additives that they have to put in to give it that consistency. So I'm respective of it, you know. It's not a lot of they don't have chemicals in it, so I get it. Where was I going with this though? I think I was going with veganism. So no animal products, but that's dietary. There's also a lifestyle vegan who doesn't participate in any products that are animal tested, any products that have any animal products outside of your food, and also clothing, articles, apparel, anything, backpacks, anything that is made from animal products is not a part of the vegan lifestyle. And I am transitioning into that. Me and my partner are really going through our labels and really doing our research on the brands that we're purchasing from and making sure that they're not animal tested and they have no particles of an animal, because it's very important that we show compassion and understanding to both animal and human kingdoms of life. And that's all I'm saying about that. So what does veganism mean to me? Me going vegan, I didn't go vegan for health purposes. I went for vegan for spiritual purposes. And just because that's honestly where I was in my life. Like it wasn't hard. Going vegetarian was not hard. It was probably the easiest decision I ever made. One of the easiest decisions I ever made was to go vegetarian, vegan. It was not hard for me to give up meat because in my heart, I had made the choice in childhood. I did not like meat. I didn't care for it. I hated spaghetti. It reminded me of worm noodles. I just didn't like it. So for me, and I never really ate much of it. I always, like, my family would laugh at me at Thanksgiving because I wouldn't eat the turkey or ham. Like, I only wanted the sides. I wanted the macaroni and cheese. You know, they had dairy in it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want the meat. So it was easy for me, but this is also a commitment that I've made to Gaia, Mother Earth. You know, the sustainability of all beings on this planet comes through our choices. And I place no judgment on anybody that is vegetarian, that is vegan, that is paleo, that is a carnivore. I don't care what you eat. But for me, it's about the earth and about respecting all beings. And for others, it could be about health. And I think that's an amazing reason to go vegan or to change your diet or to add more vegan dishes into your life or to add more fresh plants and fruits and vegetables or superfoods into your life. I think that's an amazing reason to do it. It doesn't matter why you do it. It doesn't matter why you do it. What matters is that you do it. That you do start to eat healthier. You don't have to eat like me. You don't have to eat like her. And you don't have to eat like them. You eat for you. But make sure that your wellness is whole. And wellness goes beyond what we eat. Our wellness is in our spirit. Our wellness is in our mental. Our wellness is in our emotional. And our wellness is in our physical. All aspects of being is wellness. And if one is out of whack, they're all out of whack. It's a domino ripple effect. So if you're not aligned in your physical wellness, then you aren't aligned in all other areas either. So I'm just not going to be sitting at this table and speaking to you about food. What this is about, what this channel is about, what this show is about, is being a reflection of what it means to choose ourselves and choosing our wellness. As individual beings, that can mean and look like anything you want it to be. It doesn't have to look like this. But what I want to do is inspire you through what I know, and all I know is being me. I can't portray anything else to you but being me. But I really just wanted to take the time in this episode, the first episode, to really understand that this is not about food. That this is not about me being on here teaching you how to cook, because I can teach you how to cook all day. What I care about, what means the most to me, is that each and every one of us are whole in our wellness. And accepting that to be our daily self. Not to be New Year's from January 1 to January 21. You do your 30-day New Year's resolution, or 20 days before your birthday, or 5 weeks before your wedding, or 8 weeks before your best friend wedding, or because you're finna get pregnant. No. This is every day we wake up and we choose us. We choose us every day. Every day we choose ourselves. And we start inside our kitchens. We start by using more herbs, by buying things fresh, by growing things ourselves, by making our own milks. I'm tired of using this, but it's expensive. And your girl ain't got it like that right now. Almonds are expensive, but it's okay, because I am going to be able to do that for myself, because I'm putting forth the intention to do so. And I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I know everything, because I don't. But I can only tell you what I do. So if vegans don't eat meat, they don't eat dairy, they don't eat eggs, they don't eat poultry, then what do they eat? We eat fresh fruits. We eat fresh vegetables, green leafy vegetables, because you know what's in this? Protein. You know what else is in this? Iron. You know what else is in this? Potassium. You know what else is in this? It's a source for B vitamins, baby. You know what this is? This is an orange. You know what this is? Calcium. This is vitamins. Okay? This is squash. This is a healthy fat. This is an avocado. This can get you thick, girl. This avocado, a half an avocado a day. Try it for 2 weeks. I'm telling you, that avocado can get you thick. You ain't got to eat your beans and rice, your rice and cabbage, your porridge and pork. You ain't got to eat that to be thick, and you don't have to eat it to be beautiful. If you like to eat it, cool. You know what you can do? You can add some of this kale and this squash and this avocado with your pork and your beans and your rice, and I guarantee you'll feel a little bit better. Because all that matters is where you start. All that matters is where you start. On the next episode of Inside Mo's Kitchen. Like something like this, okay? You know, decorate them all pretty, have them however you